What's up, ladies, gentlemen? I'm coming at you through this little thing we call the internet, and I don't know what to make a video on today. I I could talk about what's happening with Xbox, but instead I'm going to talk about how it feels like if I don't get at something soon enough, somebody else gets at it first. I'm not going to name names, but it just feels like there's, a lot of channels are just jumping at this stuff before I do. And I should have talked about it. I think it doesn't help that I'm not big of a fan of Xbox. I don't really care about what happens to Xbox. I think that's part of why I didn't make follow-up videos. I didn't care. All right. I didn't give enough of a fuck. Okay. Because here's the thing about Microsoft, and I've said it in other videos. I don't think they had any business ever being in the console business. They had no business. And it's my understanding that even with this new lady and Matt Booty at the helm, I don't have high hopes for the Xbox brand. I don't know. I don't own any Xboxes that are mine. There's some Xboxes in this house, but they're my brother's. There's two 360s up here just sitting here. I don't care about them. Actually, maybe I should care about them at this point. I could probably mod one of these 360s. I could. I could mod one of them because I think there's mod kits out there now to where you can just put whatever games you want on your 360 and play them. And if that's the case, that might be good. That might be useful. But otherwise, I don't care about Xbox. So I didn't get on it quick enough. Let me move this back a bit more. I didn't get at it. I didn't get on it quick enough. And there's other YouTubers that got to it before I did. And that's because I've been sleeping. Like, my health is a wreck. My health is a mess. Like, my health is in the crapper. It's in the crapper. Partly because just because of where I live. You know, I can't be expected to keep making content every day and be in the mood to make content and keep on top of this little thing called a YouTube channel when I live in a neighborhood with such despicable, and I'm not talking about all of them. There's some bad eggs here, and they will keep me up at night. And I don't mind dropping a name. I don't mind dropping a name. Mark Nugent. Mark Nugent and Delisa Nugent. Both of them are horrible people, inconsiderate, selfish, self-centered, a complete lack of common decency. These are the main ones that'll come into the neighborhood and they will crank their subwoofers to no end. Mark Nugent himself, I don't care. I don't care if I'm dropping an actual person's name. I don't care. Mark Nugent himself will come by my house at damn near 1 in the morning and crank up hysteria and wake me up. I can't get sleep like I want. There's people in this neighborhood who have a ton of dogs, and I mean a ton of dogs. There's a lady right down the road from me who's got like 8 or 9 dogs, pit bulls, all of them, and they're vicious. She trained them to be vicious. Let me make it clear. Pit bulls, in my experience, are not necessarily vicious dogs. They get vicious when they're trained to be vicious. She trained these fuckers to be vicious. They want to chase everything. They want to bite anybody who comes down the road. They're on ropes, but I see the ropes snapping one day, and I see them charging out and biting somebody. They already bit somebody, but that person didn't want to press charges. This is the kind of neighborhood I live in. All right. It is redneck idiot central. Not all of them. Not all of them. There's some decent people here. I won't say their names. I won't say their names, but my brother's neighbors who moved in not too long ago, they're decent people. They're out here for the same reason that I'm out here. They want some peace and quiet. You know, you don't seem to understand, at least I don't think you do. There are people in this neighborhood who have those big, horrible thumping speakers, and they crank that shit up so bad. And when they do it, everybody's houses are vibrating. You can't hear yourself think. It's bad, and we can never catch them. I have no way to prove it. I try to record it with my phone and my phone's just not picking it up. I'm like, why is it not picking this booming crap up? Like, it's so intense, but my phone's not picking it up. By the way, if anybody knows of some kind of microphone or something, special microphone I can hook into to my phone, like on the USB-C port. Yeah, like on the USB-C port that can actually pick that shit up. Let me know. Let me know where to get it because I really got to catch them in it. But my bottom line, the point I'm trying to make is I can't be expected to run a YouTube channel decently when I live in a neighborhood with people like that. It gets so bad that I've contemplated suicide. It's part of why I want to kill myself sometimes. Part of why I want to end my own existence is because I feel like there's no way out of this. I have no future. I mean, I'm already in my future. I feel like I'm in my 40s. There's nothing left for my life really, but I'm trying so desperately to make something work, to make something of myself, to do something, but every time, every goddamn time I turn around, I'm kept awake at night. I'm kept up at night. I'm disturbed in the day. And if it was up to me, I would make those kind of speakers completely illegal, or I would at least ban them in neighborhoods all across hell, the state of Texas. I would ban those kinds of speakers from being used in a neighborhood. Like you would have to tone. Like we have some laws, and it's like you can't go up a certain decibel, but and I have a device that records sound. The problem is it's not so much sound as it is that they crank that bass so insanely fucking high. And I got people around here calling me a Karen. A Karen. But they don't, I might be wrong, but I don't think any of them have like I have. They don't have autism. They don't have ADHD. They don't have anxiety and depression. They don't have all of that rolled into one brain causing stress for them. They don't have that. At least I don't think so. They don't know what, when they do that, how stressful it makes me, how physically ill it makes me. But I'm a Karen when I raise a fuss about it. I'm not a fucking Karen. I'm not a fucking Karen. I am a 45-year-old man with mental health problems. And I just can't fucking take it. I can't. There's going to be a lot of F-bombs in this video. I don't know how well this video is going to work out. I wish there was some way you could go in and tell YouTube to just censor out all the cursing. Like, there's got to be a way to do that. There's got to be a way just to tell YouTube once it's uploaded, hey, remove all the cursing. You mind doing that for me? Thank you, Mr. AI. You got to be good for something. But I'm so freaking tired of it. So when you stop seeing me for days, it's because I'm just trying to get my rest up. I'm trying to get sleep again. I'm trying to get my brain in the right space. I'm trying to get in the right headspace. I'm trying to get in the right mood and shit. I'm trying to get, I'm just trying to get things fixed to where I want to do things again. And it takes time, and it takes me sleeping hours on end. Like I've been doing almost nothing but sleeping. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to handle any of this. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. What are people supposed to do? And then the law is almost non-existent here. That's the other thing. There's almost no law. They come out after the fact. So yeah, that's why I'm not doing content like I should be doing. That's why I'm not uploading more. Every time I turn around, my sleep gets screwed up. I'm having anxiety issues really bad, panic attacks, and I am an absolute mess. And I don't care about anything, and I don't want to do anything. I just want to sleep until I feel better. It is absolutely frustrating, and it frustrates me even more that nobody wants to do anything about it. That's partly why I was hoping this channel would be something. I was hoping I would take off. If I took off, then I could get off the disability that I'm on. I hate being on disability. I hate it so much. I feel like a louse. I feel like, no, trust me, it's warranted. I can barely move around most of the time. Like, it's warranted with the mental problems and the scoliosis and everything that I deal with. It just, I need it, but I don't want to be on it. So that's why I was like, what kind of a job could I do that would make me enough money so I don't have to keep living here? And I was like, I like doing this. I like messing with my computer and everything. I like being on the internet. This is what I want to do. But it's like I need the money to move to work and do videos, but I need to be able to doing videos and everything and content in order to make the money to Jesus Christ. I'm in circles here. You understand? So it's like being caught between a rock and a hard place. You know, there's no getting out of it. It's I don't know. I don't know, but it frustrates me, and I know people on here are like, "Where is he? He's so unreliable." And see, here's the thing: I get so stressed at the videos where I'm like, I'm ready for it to end. I'm so tired of it. I don't want to do the channel anymore. It's because there are outside influences stressing me out so goddamn much to the point that I don't want to be here anymore. It's like this feels worthless. This feels not worthless, but useless and a waste of time, and it's never going to be anything else. And it sucks. I hate feeling that way, but it gets like that when I'm stressed. Lucky enough, the last few days it's been quiet and I've managed to get sleep. I really wish these people would move. It's funny, they didn't always live here. The Nugents, like they didn't used to be here. I rue the day that the Nugents moved here. The Nugents are, and not even all of them. It's funny. The apple must have fallen extremely far from the tree because their mom's an angel. She's a wonderful woman. What the hell happened? Their mother, their grandmother, both wonderful people. What the fuck happened? What the hell? How does that happen? How do you get somebody so wonderful? Or maybe I'm embellishing a bit, but she's a nice person. You know, the night that the whole spiel went down with me, the mistaken identity thing where I got on probation, their mother came over and helped me up after they knocked the crap out of me, knocked me to the ground. She came over and helped me up and into the house. Although it could be said that she was more worried about them going to jail than anything. She wasn't really worried about me getting hurt. She was worried about them going to jail. It could have been either way, but for the most part, she's nice. I Before all that crap went down, I would talk to her and everything. She's a nice person. So what the hell happened? How do you go from that? What happened? How do you go somebody like her? For the most part, they don't do anything like their kids do. Maybe it's a generation thing. I don't know. They're younger than me, if I'm not mistaken. They're quite a bit younger than me, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. They're not from Texas. So when I first got back here in 2013, they weren't out here. It was pretty nice. It was some time after that, all of a sudden, here's these people. I'm like, who are you? And I'm like, well, that's because Mark Nugent wasn't living here. He's not really supposed to be in this county, is from my understanding. He's not supposed to be in this county, but he's here anyways. And I know it's not good to, but I pray every night that he just kind of never shows up here again for whatever reason. Just gone from here. There will be times that I'm sitting here trying to do content, trying to record, trying to stream, whatever, and boom, boom, boom. And you'll see me stop and go, what the hell is that? It's so distracting. It's so ridiculous. You know? It's so bad. So, yeah. I'm tired of it. So, for whatever reason, I hope one day he just doesn't come back here. I don't care if he moves or what happens. I just hope he doesn't come back here one day. His sister, too. She is such a pain in the ass. She's a horrible person. Again, the night that I got in trouble and ended up, going to jail going to jail over stuff and everything, I didn't even know who it was that night I got in trouble. I didn't realize it was her until after the fact. Because at that point, the shit she was pulling was the shit I was used to. I was used to this little punk Dakota doing, Dakota himself got it from Mark Nugent because he was hanging around with Mark Nugent a lot. So that's where he got it from. Him and Mark Nugent would do that shit. Hell, Delise at one point was doing that, and I called the law on her. I had to. And it's like I want to press charges, and I want to put a restraining order against these people, keep them off my road. But I don't think I can. this video ended up being an explanation as to the bullshit I deal with here and why I don't show up to do YouTube. But because of all that, I'll start something, and I could have made more videos following that, but I was so tired. I've been being kept up and everything. My health was like, fuck everything. My depression gets so bad that it's like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep, and in between sleeping, I'll stare at the TV. When I get the chance to sleep, I take it and I sleep and I sleep and I sleep and I sleep and I sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. And I go missing here for a while, and everybody's like, "Wow, what is going on with him?" And it's not good for the algorithm. But what can I say? What can I do? Because of all the stress, I lose the mojo, you know? I lose my mojo. I lose that, I don't know what. And I lose the drive, and I lose the ambition. I lose it all. It just drops off the radar, and then I just don't give a shit about the world. And so then when I finally get a chance to sleep, I sleep. So hopefully that explains stuff. I pretty much doxed some people where I live, but I've doxed myself. People know where I live, but these people are horrible. It's them. And then there's John Peden, who I don't have the facts on this. I don't really know. But according to some people I've talked to, he's a dealer, a drug dealer. There's shit that goes on in this subdivision. And it goes on here because there is no law enforcement. And when you call them out here, they take forever to get out here. This is bad. It's so bad. And sometimes I wish they'd just come out with some drug dogs, the drug sniffing kind, and just do a sweep of the neighborhood. Check everywhere, just have them sniff. You're going to find something. I know they would find something. I think my only worry would be if they were trained to sniff out marijuana or THC or something, because I take CBD gummies, and there's still traces, very small traces of THC in there. I'm just saying, it would worry me. Okay, this is a long video, and I apologize. I wasn't sure what it was about when I started, but it's more of it's an explanation for everything I go through and why I vanish. I'm gonna stream tonight because I want to react to the presidential address, and then I want to react to the other thing where the Democrats kind of fire back, because that's what's going to happen. And we already know how it's going to go with Trump. We already know. My other channel's not going anywhere. Part of the problem is that when I try to stream, I have to undo all the information for one YouTube channel and put all the information into OBS for another YouTube channel, then swap it back. It's ridiculous. If somebody knows a better way, let me know. But the State of the Union and everything, I'm going to watch that. And you already know what's going to happen. Trump's going to be like, "We're in the greatest time we've ever been in. That's right. It's the greatest. We're back. We're a great country." And I'm like, "You're full of shit." I'm going to be sitting there going, "You are absolutely full of shit." He does not have the ability to be, what is that word? There's a word for it where modest. He has no modesty or honesty. Honesty or modesty. So he doesn't have it in him to admit that he's wrong and that he's been screwing up, and he'll change his ways and be a better person. He doesn't have that ability. He doesn't have that ability. It's my understanding that there's a lot of people in this country who don't have that ability. There's some pretty bad people in this country because their brains, something genetically, is just so fundamentally different. Yeah, like there was a study. There was a study where they could look at the brain and tell immediately how you voted. Yeah, apparently there's something different in the brain of people who do vote Democrat and who vote Republican. It has to do with fear receptors and whatnot. It has to do with fear. And what do they say about what you fear? You hate what you fear. You fear what you don't understand. You hate what you fear, and you want to destroy what you fear. I feel like that's what's going on in this country, and that's why Trump was reelected. People are scared, and they don't know. And they're kept in the dark, and there's no transparency, and they don't realize. And even when you try to tell them who the real enemy is that they need to be scared of, they don't listen. Your enemy, if you're one of these people, Your enemy is not the trans person. It's not the gay person. It's none of those people. Your enemy is the billionaire. Your enemy is Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and let's see, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. Those are your enemies. Those are the ones you need to blame. Those are the ones you need to hate. It should be F the rich people, F the rich people, F the rich people, over and over again. You shouldn't be worried about somebody who, you should be worried about that weirdo sniffing ketamine or whatever he's doing. You've seen that, right? There's got to be footage of him where he's like, you had to have seen that. I know I've seen it. But yeah, I'm going to react to that later. Bye.